In this video, I'm going to show you what is the scene master timeline. So each scene has its own master timeline, which means that is elapsing the time, the seconds, infinitely in each scene. This means that if I drag, for example, a video, it can be this one. I'll frame it on the TV, and this video will play automatically, because if you go to the properties of the video, it always has the play switch turned on, and this video will always play by default when you enter the scene. The video will not loop because it's not switched on, and the video will end after 5 seconds in this case. And let's save and preview. So you see the video is playing. So if I pause the video before it ends, you see that in the timeline on the default theme that we have, it plays the video. I can control the video in here. So let me, for example, duplicate this video, and now we have 2 videos right now. So if I preview and save, you see that we have 2 videos. I click play and pause, and they play at both times. Each video, each audio, each 3D model, each sprite is by default being controlled by the timeline. So whenever I play or pause the timeline, which it's handled in this case by the default theme, you can also handle it with the actions for example, these actions here, timeline control. Okay, so if you disable the theme, you might want to control the timeline via the actions, customized. But this means that all the videos, all the medias are like in sync with a master timeline. But let's say that I don't want this video to be controlled on the timeline. What I should do is exclude it from the master timeline, which this allows me to control it myself. For example, if I save, it will still play. But if I save and preview, you see that if I pause the video, only this one is paused, and this one is not controlled by the timeline anymore. So I need to add like buttons to play, or you can also loop it. You can also show the controls for this video, which as it's excluded from the timeline, you can control it manually. So if I hover the video, you see that I can control the video here, but pausing the video will only control this one. So this is important somehow for your storytelling, for your experience. For example, even muting the video only controls the ones that are not excluded from the timeline. One thing I can also customize, the scene. So the master timeline has an infinite duration. But if I go to the scene properties, we have this switch it's called enable custom duration, and it allows me to set the hours, the minutes and seconds that this scene will take to end, like the timeline animations or media. So for example, the video has 5 seconds. I will, like, for example, add 2 seconds on duration, and what will happen is the scene will stop at 2 seconds. You notice that I will refresh again. You notice that the video stops after 2 seconds. So any media that is controlled by the timeline will be stopped when the custom duration ends. Okay. So I guess that's it. I hope you understood, and see you on